Ilhan Omar's worst nightmare begins. FBI and ICE raids Somali judge, 26 betray cops, $81 million dirty money and drugs, exposed, Minneapolis, 5:18 a.m. The silence was shattered not by the sun, but by a battering ram. Ilhan Omar's Somali success story in Minnesota has officially collapsed into a cesspool of corruption. In a raid that sent shockwaves all the way to Washington, D.C., FBI and ICE agents breached the office of Judge Layla Mahad. What they found inside wasn't justice. It was a cartel command center operating right under the nose of the Democrat establishment. The raid on Judge Mahad's office was merely the first domino in what is now known as Operation Northern Razor. What investigators uncovered is terrifying in its sophistication. This was not a rogue operation. It was a parallel government operating within the state's legal system. Over $81 million in sealed cash was discovered in a hidden safe money laundered through 29 shell companies that produced nothing but misery. More disturbing is the infiltration of law enforcement. 26 police officers and public officials have been implicated, their badges sold to protect CJNG supply lines. For Ilhan Omar, whose political stronghold relies on the integrity of this very community, these revelations are catastrophic. The question is no longer, who knew, but how deep does the silence go? The evidence paints a grim picture of exploitation. Under Mahad's watch, the judicial system became a turnstile for criminals. More than 580 Somali nationals, many with violent histories and gang affiliations, were ushered into Minnesota through channels linked to her network, Medicaid funds, totaling $1.7 million intended for the elderly, were siphoned off to purchase ammunition and fuel violence. The streets of Minneapolis have paid the price. 57 shootings and 91 armed robberies linked directly to this group in just 16 months. The line between community advocate and cartel facilitator has been erased, leaving the public to wonder if their elected representatives are fighting for them or unknowingly shielding those who prey on them. Judge Layla Mahad now sits in a federal holding cell, stripped of her robes and her power. But the arrest is not the end. It is the beginning of a relentless purge. The illusion of safety in Minnesota has been shattered, replaced by the stark realization that corruption has no borders and respects no oath. As the FBI continues to decode the encrypted ledgers, one thing is certain. For the political elites who turned a blind eye, the nightmare has only just begun. Justice is coming, and it will be cold, hard, and unforgiving. This investigation is far from over. We are committed to exposing the deep state corruption that mainstream media is afraid to touch. If you demand the truth, like this article and follow our page immediately. Don't let the algorithm hide this story.